From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Hannah Mordeau, and this is your News 8 Daily for Thursday, May 14th. More practice at the track today, and you're going to have more nice weather. Going to be even warmer than yesterday. High is going to be around 67 degrees. The thing is, as we warm up into the weekend, our chances for storms increase. So stick around with Wish TV. We've got you covered.
You're listening to this podcast, so I know you've got a curious mind. Here's a helpful fact you might not know yet. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $900 on average. Pop over to Progressive.com, answer some questions, and you'll get a quick quote with discounts that are easy to come by. In fact, 99% of their auto customers earn at least one discount. Visit Progressive.com and see if you can enjoy a little cash back. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $946 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2024 and May 2025. Potential savings will vary.
Central Indiana. Wish TV is now live on YouTube TV and Hulu Live, offering more hours of local programming than any other station. Search for Wish TV or look for CW8 on both YouTube TV and Hulu Live to find us. Watch local news, sports, and lifestyle shows live from Wish TV. You can still catch Wish TV free over the air or stream it live on WishTV.com and on the free Wish TV mobile apps. Wish TV, available in more places for the latest news, weather, and sports.
Indy 500 tickets for the grandstands at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway are sold out for the second straight year. The racing capital of the world is also the largest sporting venue in the world. There are about 250,000 permanent seats. IMS officials expect more than 350,000 fans to fill the seats in the infield and, of course, the grandstands. IndyCar drivers say they are not surprised to hear the news about the sellout.
It's great to see, man. I mean, the place is magic because of what the people make it feel like, because my first Indy 500 was in COVID year. There was no one here, and I can't really say it was very magical. The people is what truly makes this place.
It doesn't surprise me, but it surprises me that it's been like a week earlier than last year. I think it's huge for the sport, it's huge for us, for the drivers, for the teams, for the sponsors. So yeah, it's incredible, and I cannot wait for Sunday.
This, of course, means that the local broadcast blackout is lifted so you can watch the race. The green flag for the greatest spectacle in racing waves in just 10 days. Wish TV is your education station. Indiana's new school cell phone ban takes effect on July 1st. News 8's government reporter, Garrett Berquist, talked to a parent and student who say it will not be as difficult as it sounds.
This is like a book report project. We read the book Parked.
Mary Alice Hale is in 6th grade. She has a phone, but she says her teachers are very strict about them.
I go into school and I power my phone off either before I go into the classroom or when I get to the classroom.
That will be the law statewide for public schools beginning with the next school year. Students will not be allowed to use cell phones or other wireless communication devices for the duration of the school day. Schools will either have to ban them from campus altogether or provide a storage option. Mary Alice says her school uses phone boxes like this one.
And I just put it in any slot I want. I think some classes do have like whatever number you are, that's where you put your phone, but we just don't really have that rule. We just put it in wherever we want, and then we can close it. Sometimes the teacher will lock it.
Governor Mike Braun ceremonially signed the new law on Wednesday morning. Many parents told us on social media they fear the ban might prevent them from communicating with their children in an emergency, such as a school shooting. The bill's author says it won't do that.
In an emergency situation, the administration needs to be in charge of the situation so that all students are where they're supposed to be depending on a situation, emergency situation. At the appropriate time, then students will have the opportunity to call their parents, but someone has to be in charge.
Mary Alice's mother, Molly, tells me she's comfortable with it because she understands and trusts the school's emergency protocols.
If there is an emergency, a lockdown, a school shooting, something horrible like that, I want my children to be listening to their teachers. Their teachers are trained, and I trust their judgment to keep our kids safe more than anything else. So I don't want my kids distracted thinking they need to contact me.
Both Molly and Mary Alice say they feel kids are more focused without the phone distraction. Mary Alice tells me she and her friends hardly ever talk about their school's ban.
It really just doesn't affect us much, and I think if we did have our phones on us, the day would be much different, and I feel like there would be a lot more people getting in trouble, pushing the limits.
The new law does have exceptions in case your child needs a wireless device for medical reasons, or it's part of their individual educational plan, or if they need it for translation purposes. I'm Garrett Bergquist for Wish TV and WishTV.com.
Leaders with Hamilton Southeastern Schools say the district has reduced the number of teaching staff cuts that were announced due to a decline in enrollment. In a school board meeting last night, leaders announced that 6 teachers will keep their jobs. They have been removed from the reduction in force list. The district says that's due to other teachers turning in their resignations or retirements. That brings the teaching staff cuts to 12. HSC leaders say the reduction in staff is due to a more than 4% decrease in enrollment in kindergarten through 6th grade over the last 3 years. The district also says that 40 district-wide non-teaching positions will be reduced as part of the budget cuts. Hamilton County prosecutors are criminally charging a Michigan man with a felony for punching a Carmel High School lacrosse player after a game. Prosecutors say 18-year-old Luke Fisher is from Detroit. He faces a felony battery charge, and there's an active warrant for his arrest. Police say the Carmel player was running to celebrate with teammates after the game when Fisher punched him in the left temple, causing a concussion. Investigators have not confirmed Fisher's connection to the game, but it appears he may have been on the opposing team playing against Carmel.
We take keeping everyone safe very seriously, and we have no tolerance for this kind of unnecessary violence.
Carmel Clay Schools tells News 8 that they are aware of the case but are not involved in any legal proceedings. Happening today, southbound Meridian Street between 106th Street and 96th Street will close for the next few months. Officials say the closure will run through late fall. The 106th Street exit ramp to southbound Meridian Street will also be closed starting today. One local business owner tells us she is worried about how the construction could affect her.
I do think that the added difficulty to get here will make some people not come. Last year with the College Avenue construction, I did have people tell me that they just flat out chose not to drive here.
Starting Saturday, the northbound US 31 and Meridian Street ramp to 106th Street and the 106th Street ramp to northbound US 31 will be closed through late fall. President Trump's summit with Chinese President Xi Jinping is now in its second day. The Associated Press reports that the two leaders just finished a meeting and are now touring cultural sites in China. Brian Abel has more on this historic summit.
China rolling out the red carpet for U.S. President Donald Trump in Beijing to begin 2 days of critical talks on a host of thorny issues, from trade to tech. But likely to dominate, the war with Iran, the start of which pushed Trump to delay this trip, and now looks to complicate it.
He delayed it because he thought that by the time he got here in mid-May, that the war would be over, the Iranians would be turning over their nuclear program, and the Strait of Hormuz would be open. None of those are true.
China, the largest consumer of Iran's oil and a strategic ally, which could provide leverage over Iran.
The president very much wants the Chinese to use their influence with Iran to reopen the strait.
U.S. intelligence reports indicate Beijing was preparing to deliver new air defense systems to Tehran. China has denied providing weapons, but the dynamic adds to the existing frictions from tech, trade, critical minerals, and Taiwan, all of which are on the table, with trade deals expected, showcased by some of America's tech leaders joining President Trump, including Elon Musk and Tim Cook. As China provides presidential pomp and circumstance, some of its people weary of the U.S.-China relationship.
我对他没有好印象，因为那个美伊战争也是他那个挑起来的。你看之前打经济贸易战，不是也是他吗？
In Washington, Brian Abel reporting.
The Senate has confirmed Kevin Warsh to be the new Federal Reserve Chair. Warsh won in a 54-45 vote yesterday, mostly down party lines. He is a former Morgan Stanley banker and one-time Fed governor. Warsh takes over for Jerome Powell, who fought with the White House over U.S. central bank's independence. President Trump has long demanded rate cuts, and Warsh is widely viewed as being aligned with the president. Alec Murdaugh will receive a new trial in the murders of his wife and son in 2021. The case has captivated the country. The South Carolina Supreme Court overturned his convictions yesterday. Justices cited comments from a former county clerk to jurors during the case. Defense attorneys argued the remarks suggested Murdaugh's guilt and prevented a fair trial. Prosecutors acknowledged the county clerk spoke with jurors, but called the comments minor. Murdaugh was convicted in 2023. In Colts Watch, single-game tickets for the Colts 2026 season go on sale at 7:30 tonight. Officials say the tickets are first come, first serve. The Colts will play 8 regular and 2 preseason home games, along with 3 annual regular season matchups against AFC South opponents. The team will host Baltimore Ravens, Cincinnati Bengals, and Dallas Cowboys, Miami Dolphins, and the New York Giants. The team is also headed across the pond this season for a matchup in London. We first broke this news to you yesterday on Daybreak. The Colts will face the Washington Commanders on October 4th in Week 4. It will count as an away game for the Colts. This is the second time in franchise history the Colts will play in London. The Indiana Fever now have their first win of the season. The team was on the West Coast last night taking on the LA Sparks. Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell were the stars of the game. Clark finished with 24 points, 9 assists. Mitchell added 23 points. The Fever won in LA 87-78. The team heads back to the Circle City for their next game against the Washington Mystics. Tip-off is set for 7:30 tomorrow night at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Okay, there's only one woman in the grid for the Indy 500 this year. It's Katherine Legge. But as our Andrew Chernoff tells us, the Indy 500 is not the only major event she's racing in on May 24th.
Katherine Legge is chasing history.
Now is the time I get the opportunity. What if I don't ever get the opportunity again?
That opportunity to attempt the double by racing in both the Indy 500 and Coca-Cola 600 on the same day later this month.
Last year served me well doing the stuff on the NASCAR side, and I love that. And it's like, it's new and it's a new challenge, and I've got this revived kind of like love for racing. So why not tie both of them together and have this epic day that only 5 people have had the opportunity to do in the past.
The only driver to complete all 1,100 miles between the two races in a single day was Tony Stewart back in 2001. Sarah Fisher actually raced against Stewart in the Indy 500 that year. And now her husband is working with Legge for this year's 500.
I think it's a really special opportunity, you know, and it's going to be a really long day. But I think she's got some great people around her, and she's got a great team framework, so looking forward to seeing it happen.
The last driver to attempt the double was Kyle Larson when he raced for Arrow McLaren here at the 500 last year. Legge actually said that she spoke with Kyle on a recent podcast in order to pick his brain. One thing Legge does not need to worry about, though, logistics. She says she's got a team for that.
It's not an easy task, you know, from checkered flag to golf cart to helicopter to plane to helicopter to golf cart to driver interest in the car. My biggest concern is that I'm going to be really hungry.
Legge always keeps it real, which is why so many fans will be cheering for her to become the first female driver to complete the double.
It's a sign to everybody else that you can do anything that you want to do if you put your mind to it.
That belief has always been there as Legge prepares for her 5th Indy 500. Andrew Chernoff, Wish TV and WishTV.com.
Indianapolis leaders cut the ribbon on a new animal shelter yesterday. They say it's a major investment in animal welfare and will improve care for thousands of animals each year. News 8's Malia Van Ostrin shows us the facility.
A new chapter for animal welfare in Indianapolis is officially underway. The city hopes the 61,000 square foot Raymond Street facility will help distressed animals and give them the opportunities to learn how to socialize. It's replacing a decades-old shelter that was on Harding Street.
This has been a project that has been a long time coming. We had to find the funding that was necessary to build this state-of-the-art facility.
The $37 million facility has a total of 234 dog kennels. 180 of those are indoor-outdoor. There are 80 cat condos, free-roam playgrounds, outdoor cat enclosures, and a 3,000 square foot medical suite.
The mission is providing better care, quality care for them, and being able to provide resources for our community so that they don't have to come into us in the first place.
The site also includes a dog walking path, public dog park, and a barn and pastures to accommodate other large animals.
We got in 2 ostriches. We've had camels, we've had alligators, we've had rattlesnakes, horses, cows, bunnies, pigs, goats. We have to take everything.
Although the new facility is a step in the right direction, DeHoney Hinkle says the community can help control animal population by spaying and neutering their pets, registering unaltered dogs, and microchipping their pets.
We are maintaining an 89.73% live release rate, which per industry standards, a no-kill shelter is considered no-kill at 90%, and we are just months away from obtaining that title.
The facility is open 7 days a week from noon to 7 p.m.
Animals are incredible assets to all of us, and we need to treat them as such.
In Indianapolis, I'm Aaliyah Van Ostrand for Wish TV and WishTV.com.
The Fashion Mall at Keystone is getting some major upgrades. Mall owner Simon says 2 restaurants, 3 home decor retailers, and a jeweler are all coming to the mall. The new restaurants are North Italia and Kitchen Social. The home decor stores are Our House, designed within Reach and 7th Avenue. Those are all set to open in late 2027. The jeweler is Reese Nichols, which is expected to open at the end of 2026. Mall officials say this will all be at the former Saks Fifth Avenue and southeastern section of the mall. It will be transformed into an open-air environment featuring the dining options, new stores, and a green space. This has been your News 8 Daily from Wish TV. I'm Hannah Mordeau. Watch us on Wish TV and WishTV.com.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at WishTV.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening. And be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.